What is going on, beautiful people? It is Tim Shooker here with Advanced Agent Marketing, here with my co-founder and business partner, Julian Polito. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys some actual live examples of winning ads that we've used in the past to generate high quality Facebook leads across, a couple different life insurance lines. Like, some of these are for term, IUL, and final expense whole life. So I'm going to be breaking these out and kind of showing them to you guys and give you guys some examples of what winning ads actually are, how you can make them so that you can start generating your own high quality leads without having to overpay for crappy leads from vendor. Julian, how are you doing today, my friend?
What's up, pretty boy? I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. I was doing good until you got weird, dude, but it's okay.
Yeah. Got to do it.
Well, cool. Let's go ahead and dive right in here. I'm going to share my screen and we can jump on into everything. Can you blast out like a quick promo email to our list? Because we don't have an email going out. Just set it up an active campaign and send the link to this video so that we have more than one person on. For the one person that just joined, welcome. We got some really cool stuff coming here. Just drop in the comments where you are joining in from and your name, and we will be sure to over-deliver on some value for you guys today. So while Julian is getting more people, notifying more people of this live stream, I'm going to go ahead and start with everything here. So what we're going to be talking about today is how to use human psychology to generate an ungodly amount of high intent, high quality leads. So I'm going to mute you, by the way, while you're keyboard warrioring. So I'm going to show you guys some examples of Facebook ads that are winning in different industries, so you guys can kind of get like an idea of what everything kind of like looks like. So let me show you guys here. I'm going to give you guys some examples of like what winning ads actually look like. So let me just reshare this particular part of the screen and I'll show you guys. So this first ad is for solar. Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few.
What's the problem? Man, my power bill $40 this month. Inflation is getting ridiculous. Don't stress, I got you. How? There's a federal solar incentive program available right now that helps homeowners get solar installed at no cost. Think about an electric bill forever. Really? Really? You just got to be a homeowner and live in an eligible zip code. And if your home qualifies, this program can save you thousands. I like the sound of that. What do I need to do? All you got to do is go to the site, take a 30-second quiz, and see if your home qualifies. Wow, okay. Thank me later. Click the link below and say goodbye to your electric bill.
All right. So, Julian, you want to kind of walk us through like why you think this ad is a top performer?
There's multiple reasons. I'd say that the biggest thing is like it's super fast paced and entertaining. Mm-hmm. It's definitely relatable. They're hitting key points like inflation. They're talking about, they're using the old insurance trick of federal program, right? Like it's like curiosity driving. I'm like interested to see like what I'm gonna kind of get out of it, and the entertainment factor I thought was pretty cool for engagement.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're kind of like combining like what you would typically see on your Facebook feed with like, organic content. Like it's almost like a meme or whatever. Combining that with an ad. So this is an example of like a winning ad. This has been running for, I think, over 2 years. And I'm generating them tons and tons of leads. So let me show you guys a different example here. Dude, hold on. Can you make your keyboard louder, please?
Yes.
All right, cool. So this is another one that we're going to look at here. And this is an example of an ad for car insurance. So I'm going to show you guys like these ones from different industries first, and then I'm going to show you guys like how we basically use these concepts for our own ads.
Excuse me, can I ask you a question?
Yep. Can you guys hear this? Cool.
What's up?
How much do you pay a month for car insurance?
About $350 a month for 2 cars.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to show you this little hack. Do you have your phone on you?
I do.
All right, let me send you this link. Okay, it's super simple. You're just going to put in some basic information about your make, model, and year of your car. And then after that, you're pretty much done.
$82 a month for both cars? That's insane. Thank you so much for showing me this.
Of course, you're welcome. I'm dropping this link below for you guys. You got to check this out. Excuse me, can I ask you a question?
All right. So with this ad in particular, Julian, what stands out to you about that one?
It's like a gas station. It's just super like normal. It doesn't. I'm not like getting screamed at by some guy on a phone somewhere.
Uh-huh.
It just seems like super normal. Like I don't know if he's going to try to give her money, or if he's going to ask her for money, or if he's going to help her pump her gas. Like I don't really know where it's going, but it just seems like something I would see on like a TikTok or like an Instagram reel. It's very organic.
100%. It's very it looks like native content is like the best way to put it.
Yeah.
It's very very native, right? Which when I say native, guys, it basically means like this looks like something that you would see on your Facebook feed like normally, right? So ads like that are always going to perform better than something that's like it looks like an ad, right? Does that make sense? Do you guys have questions about that, or is that pretty clear? Cool. Julian, anything to add to that?
No, not really. I think it's how much do leads matter? You don't have a business without them in life insurance.
Yeah.
It's like having a cookie bakery with no cookies. Terrible business model.
Yeah, exactly.
But
you definitely want to have leads.
Yeah, nothing else to add there.
Cool. So let me show you guys one more example of an ad. This has nothing to do with insurance or solar or anything. This is actually an ad for I think it's a dog food service, but you guys will kind of get like.
I thought my dog was picky, but I was so wrong. Kibble for every meal, every day? No thanks. Mix it up with fresh food from the farmer's dog. It's human grade, developed by vets, and delivered to your door. Designed to make your pup zoom, drool, and lick the bowl clean. Recipes made with real meats and veggies. Pre-portioned packs that make weight control super easy. So no more tricks trying to get your pup to eat, just healthy food and happy doggas. Go take the quiz and get a personalized meal plan that your pup will love. Order today and get 50% off plus free shipping.
Right. So all of these ads that are like top performing ads in different industries, as you can see, they're like very organic looking. They're fast paced. The person that's, speaking is energetic, and they don't really they kind of seem like ads, but they don't really seem like ads. Right. So I'm going to show you guys some examples of ads that we have run for insurance. And these are basically winning ads that we've, kind of run for different niches inside of the overall insurance industry. So here's one I'm going to show you guys real quick. This one is an ad targeting construction workers. So let me press play here, and we'll make sure you guys hear it.
Yep.
I've been in construction for over 25 years. And if you've been in construction for any amount of time, you know just about anything can happen on the job. Early on, I realized just how dangerous our jobs can be. First big job site I was on, 3 weeks in the business, we had a crane failure right at the end of the day. Almost killed me and 10 of my coworkers. 2 hours after I got home, still shook up from what happened on the job, my grandfather passed away right in front of me from a long battle with cancer. 3 years later, another crane failure. This time killed an iron worker. His wife and 9 kids were left with nothing. I tell you this not to scare you, but to help prepare you. After being in the industry and witnessing accidents happen on and off the job, friends and coworkers passing away so suddenly, I've made it my mission to help tradesmen like you protect your families. I specialize in helping construction workers get up to $1 million in life insurance to protect their families from financial disaster.
Right. So you guys kind of get the picture. It's like it's a person that's relatable speaking to them. And if you guys look at the ad, like we have this hook that's like super engaging. It's like, okay, what the hell is this? It catches their attention. And then it's like, boom. I've been in construction for over 25 years. If you're in construction, it's just like super relatable. There's some B-roll that's popping up. And like, it doesn't seem like somebody's pitching them. It's just an ad that like, it's like a guy that has experience kind of giving them advice, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Benjamin Miller says seems too long. I mean, it is a longer ad, but I mean, a minute and 30 seconds is not long for an ad. And I mean, that one just absolutely crushed it. I think it was getting like $6 cost per lead for term IUL leads. So pretty crazy stuff. Let me show you guys another one. This one is for cops and first responders. This is an ad we did. This one, if you think that ad was long, this one's like 2 minutes long. And this was getting like $3 to $5 term IUL leads of cops and first responders.
If you're a cop or a first responder, this could be the most important video that you ever watch.
You see, I was a cop for 13 years, and here's the thing. Most of us get our insurance, life and health, through the department. But there's something that you probably don't know that could cost you and your family tens of thousands of dollars. I don't tell you this, but your life insurance only covers you while you're working, meaning you get a car wreck like one of my buddies did and you can no longer go to work, your policies go. Or you decide that with all this craziness going on in the world, you just want to totally pursue a different career, policy's gone. Here's the crazy thing. Even if you stay in the department, totally retire, guess what? Your policy's gone. Now you got to get a new policy at an older age.
Right. So basically this whole video is kind of like playing on the specific angle of like, hey, you know, your policy that you have through the police department, if you retire, if you get injured and can't work, like whatever happens, if you leave your job, you don't even have that insurance. Right. And then at the end, he kind of tells a story about like a personal experience he had where his partner actually passed away and didn't, and her life insurance like didn't even really pay out that much. So let me show you guys an example of like final expense, and then we're going to kind of talk about these ads and like why this actually works, and as well as it actually kind of increases your closing rate when you have quality ads on the front end. Cool. So this guy might look familiar, might not. We'll see.
If you don't do this, your kids could lose the house. If you were born before 1974, you need to hear this. There is a new special senior life insurance program now available for seniors to get up to $35,000 in coverage for as little as $1 a day. That way, when something happens to you, your family will receive a check and not a bill. The best part is there's no medical exam required. Policies come with fixed premiums for seniors living on a fixed income. And all you really need to do to see if you qualify is click learn more down below. You'll run through a short survey, then we can set up a time to go over everything. My name is Julian. I'm the co-founder of Zoosurance, and I remember a story that made me realize how important life insurance with family.
Let me play on the emotions. We're basically giving this whole story about life insurance. Julian, anything to add on that?
Facts tell, stories sell. That's it.
100%. 100%. So we got some people jumping on. Marie Velachos and Brini Felix. What's going on? Hope you guys are doing well. Cool. So those are some examples of insurance ads. I won't go through. I have a couple more, but I want to make sure that we're getting everything moving along in a timely manner. So guys, the structure of the ad. Let me pull this back up. So basically the way you guys want to structure these ads is like this, right? So first you're going to have the hook. This is like 3 to 5 seconds. So for example, you guys saw the hook of the police and first responders. If you're a cop or first responder, this is the most important video you'll ever watch. So that's the hook. Catches their attention as they're scrolling through Facebook. You like drag them out of the trance of scrolling and you catch their attention. Then you introduce the problem, right? You introduce the problem. This is like, hey, you know, I've been a cop for 13 years. And the thing is, most people don't know this, but the policy that you have through your work is not actually what people think it is, right? So that's the problem. Then you kind of tell a story that demonstrates why the problem is actually a problem. You offer the solution, and then you do a CTA, right? And that's pretty much the exact structure that we use in all of the video ads that we put together, you know, give or take swapping out a few different things, right? So that's essentially how you structure the ad. And let's talk about like why these ads and these angles actually work, right? So when you guys saw the examples of the winning ads from different industries and then also these ads, there's a couple things. You got to have an attention-grabbing hook. It has to look organic and native, just because it's, you know, I see these people that'll use like, you know, they'll go and they'll get like their buddy that is like a videographer to go out and like film them with a special camera doing all this stuff. That doesn't necessarily mean that your ad's going to convert better, right? You want it to look organic or native, so it looks like it's actually on the platform of Facebook, right? And then you also want it to be fast paced. So I see a lot of people who do like these really slow, boring ads that aren't going to keep anyone's attention. So that's another thing too, having them fast paced. And just like Julian said, like facts tell, but stories sell. So if you can incorporate either like a personal story or some kind of a story in the ad, it just is going to crush a ton, right? And then also having music, movement, and then tying in emotion, right? Life insurance is a very emotional purchase. So if your ad doesn't have any emotion, it's just like a very logical, like straightforward ad that isn't really like incentivizing them to protect their family or talking about the beneficiary, like it's usually not going to convert. Cool. So ladies and gents, that's what we have as far as how to create winning ads on Facebook. I'm going to open it up to Q&A here at the end. What questions do you guys have about like how to run your own ads, how that all works, or like what the process actually is? Julian, anything to add?
There's a lot of like, sounds like yelling in the background. I don't know if that's you or
I don't know.
It's weird. I don't think I really have anything to add. I think the biggest thing that I find, I'll chime in from the sales side a little bit as somebody who has been working with a marketer for a long time and someone who's done a lot of sales, one-on-one consultations and closed at a high rate on final expense prospects. I've sold, you'll find an occasional IUL or term deal here, but most of what I've done has been in the final expense realm. And what I've kind of found is like a lot of people are looking for the wrong thing. Like a lead is just that. It's a lead. A lead is something that you're like, and I'm talking kind of sales mindset here a little bit. Like obviously the people that jump on the call and they're like, I want to buy everything you have. Like those are the best people in the world. Like, and I love those people and thank God for those people because without them, some cats out here just wouldn't make it. But ultimately, if you're trying to take your business to like the next level, you want to sell at a high level, 200K plus per year as a minimum of what you're trying to do, you're going to want to be in a position where you're focusing on how you can turn every opportunity into an opportunity, right? And, sometimes you're not going to get the healthiest person in the world. Sometimes you're not going to get I got an inbound call from a lady named Sandra one time. Called me up. Hey, I just saw your ad. This looks awesome. How much is it? I was like, well, I don't know what you qualify for. She's like, I've got $147 a month to spend. What can I get? I'm ready to go now. And like, that never happens, but it happened. And when it does happen, it's great. But ultimately, like as salespeople, you want to have a marketer like Tim in your corner, but you also want to make sure that you're following a proven sales process so that when you go, like you want to sharpen your axe so that when you go to chop down the tree, regardless of how thick the tree is, you're able to cut it down. But if you only swing the axe one time and it's dull, I talk a lot about this repetition, practice and everything. Like it doesn't matter how good your leads are. Even a terrible closer is not going to close the best leads. So hopefully that kind of helps. I don't know if that's what you were looking for, but I think that's something that I see like a ton of people. They're like, man, I just need the best leads in the world. It's like you need great leads and a good marketer for sure. But you also need to invest in yourself as a salesperson because like if everyone could sell, then we would just get paid a flat hourly fee to just shut up and write apps. And I'm glad that we don't because otherwise we wouldn't.
I think the other piece too is like you also need to have like the systems in place that allow you to do so, right? Like you could have the best leads in the world, but if you're working with like a spreadsheet and calling from your cell phone, like you're probably not going to make as much money as somebody else. Like a lot of your success comes down to leverage, right? So, I think Julian was just mentioning like your leverage as an insurance agent is like improving your ability to sell and then also having better leads. But also like think about your time during the day. So if you're, manually typing in on your phone all of the phone numbers to call people, like you're wasting so much time as opposed to if you have like an automated system that's texting, emailing, a way to call your leads much more efficiently, like you're just going to make way more money than somebody else that's doing something more efficient. So there's kind of like three pieces that I see that really result in an insurance agent being successful, right? One is consistent quality leads coming in on a consistent basis. The second piece is having like an automated selling system. So like a CRM essentially that has automations that kind of like nurture your leads and everything. And the last piece is to have like a really solid and systemized sales process. Like if you have all of those things and then you hone in and focus all of your skill set on the sales piece and just getting better and better and better at writing policies and helping people, like there's no way you're not going to win, right? The problem that I see is like when people are new and they get into the business and they're like, okay, I need to go figure out leads, right? Honestly, like the worst thing you guys could probably do after watching this video is like go out and spend like a week trying to create a bunch of video ads, because like you need to focus on your ability to sell, right? You need to focus on your ability to sell.
I got a good question that I think is going to help out a lot with what you were just saying too. That's in the comments. Yeah. Like, you know, like I'll see a lot of situations where like, man, I need to go figure out leads. They're like, they go pay a video editor. They try to film some videos. They don't know how to market. So therefore it's usually garbage, which is totally fine. That's where we started too. Yeah. And, you know, then they're like, man, I'm going to go buy a bunch of states because that's what's going to get my lead costs lower. And then now they're like $3,000 down, nothing's changed, and they haven't made any money for 2 weeks. And they're like, dude, this business is not working. Yeah. What do you think about selling excess leads? It sounds like a good idea, but it's a terrible idea, because if you're selling leads, you're a lead vendor, not an insurance agent. So ultimately, if you want to be a good insurance agent,
you need to practice selling insurance.
Yeah, you need to practice. But now, if you want to be like, if you're like, hey, I want to, you know, generate them to sell them, like now you're just a lead vendor. So if that's what you want to do, like, dude, by all means, that's a great idea. But if you don't want to be a lead vendor, if you want to be an insurance agent or build an agency or whatever, then it's a terrible idea. I'm speaking from personal experience. That just doesn't make sense. So
yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of stock to, I mean, like generating your own leads, I think is a really, like it's the best way to do it, no question, as opposed to going out and buying them. But if you're going to do it, I would partner with somebody that can kind of do a lot of the work for you, whether it's us or somebody else. Like,
yeah, that was the best decision I ever made.
Yeah, that's what I like, because ultimately
we lost you, Tim.
Huh? I'm still here.
No volume.
Me? No, I think it's you, dude.
Nah, bro.
Nah, I'm still here.
Hello?
Yeah, my audio is still working. It's
you. You got that foo-foo audio.
It's you, dude.
Can y'all hear Tim? Can I get like a comment if y'all can hear Tim, or did I just?
You guys know you can hear me. Let's be real.
I'm not even playing a joke. I swear. Like I literally can't hear a word he's saying. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you, and they can hear me. Anyway. While we let Julian figure out his audio, we just lost 2 viewers from that. Thanks, Julian. Yes, we can hear.
There you go.
There we go. Told you.
Dude, it was literally my headset. It just started tripping.
Yeah. No. It sucks, dude. It's, whatever. What was I saying? I was talking about basically like outsourcing the marketing and not trying to do everything yourself. Yeah. The biggest thing that we've learned, like from running a business and then also from selling insurance, is when you take on everything as your responsibility, like everything just gets done poorly, right? So if you are generating leads, trying to build out a CRM, trying to figure out this, all while selling and trying to, balance a bunch of insurance carriers and do all these different things, like I would just pick one thing that you're going to focus on. If you're an insurance agent, it should be selling insurance. And then hire a marketer that can handle the marketing for you, that and trust can actually do a good job. Have them generate the leads for you, send it all into like a CRM system that has everything kind of like built out, and then just like roll from there.
I do want to talk about just the CRM, dude. If I hear someone else, this is in any business, insurance too, but if you are trying to build out a CRM, when your job is to sell insurance, like, please stop. If you're watching this, I'm speaking to you. Do not do that. Terrible idea. Just get one that's already working. Partner with a marketing company, partner with a business, even go to your freaking IMO. But if you're out here spending weeks at a time building out a CRM and spending more weeks trying to figure out marketing, none of it's working, and now you're like, oh man, like, why is it not working? It's because you're not selling. Your job is to sell.
Mhm.
So like we're sold this dream of insurance from our like these recruiters that are like, dude, you're going to make 6 figures tomorrow morning. And it's just like this one big story and it's awesome. But like you have to sell to do any of the stuff that they talk to you about. And like if you don't do that, you're not going to make money. Trying to outsmart and outthink everything is just not going to get you there. There's better ways of doing business, like we discovered with generating leads and getting pre-booked appointments and going, call to close in one call. And we tried all the other stuff that didn't work. But like, this also took us years to get here to find a proven system that was like, killing plug and play. But if you're new, I see Sonal jumped in the comments. The best way to start in this industry is just like, if you're getting into this, my suggestion is partner with it, because all you're doing is partnering. If it's an IMO, if it's a lead company, if it's a marketer, you're always partnering with someone in this industry. You're partnering with your upline and you're partnering with the lead company, or you're partnering with your upline and you're partnering with a marketing company. You're partnering with your upline, or like I did, you're partnering with a marketer to market your services. And so ultimately, the biggest thing I can suggest, and this is a very kind of like broad, but your question was also broad to be fair, but partner up with a marketing expert, an insurance sales expert, and work through and with that company to get there. That's the best way to start in this industry. Because if you're learning from someone who's like just started 2 weeks ago, they don't know how to sell, you're not going to learn anything. And if you're working with somebody who's like, yeah, man, these leads are great, but I haven't made a sale in 3 weeks, like the leads suck. And they probably do too. So like find someone who's doing good business and that knows how to work and make money, and then just copy what they're doing. And if you do that, it's pretty simple to see success in this industry. You just copy what works and then do more of it.
Yep. No, literally. I mean, the biggest thing that I've realized just in business is you can't, like, again, I've mentioned this before, but I say it again, like you have to pick one skill to master at a time. So now, like if I were you, the first thing I'm doing, like when I get into the industry, is like you have to have people to talk to. Like you have to have leads, right? If you don't have a ton of capital, like you don't have money, go and sell your warm market. Like talk to people that you already know in your family and help them out with a policy, right? That's what I would do if I don't have any capital. If I have some capital already, I would invest into basically like owning my own lead system. Because again, like the problem with buying leads is there's no transparency as far as what the leads are actually seeing, and you're always going to pay a markup every single time. So for me personally, I would want to have my own lead generation system on Facebook. This is if you have capital to get started. Again, if you don't have capital, sell some policies. If you can't figure out how to sell a couple of policies, like you probably shouldn't be in the industry. Once you have capital, invest into a lead generation system. You also need to learn from somebody and have someone that can train you on the sales side. And that's where all of your focus is. Once you've found the system and the leads, I'm not putting any attention or energy into that. My sole focus now becomes how can I do as much activity as possible, and how can I get so freaking good at sales that it's impossible for me to even fail, right? Because if you only focus on that, that is the biggest point of leverage for you as an agent by far. Like if you figure out how to sell and how to make the calls and how the policies work and all that stuff, like you're just going to make money, right? You have leads coming in, you have a system that's set up, and then you focus all of your energy on selling. That is by far the best possible way to do it. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have more questions about that, let me know.
Yeah. And I know we're wrapping up here. I think the last thing I want to touch on too is like, if you're one of the people watching this and you're like, dude, I am really trying to figure this out. I'm going to make it work. One of the things I'll tell you, speaking from personal experience, is like, don't try to like just do the simplest, cheapest thing. I worked in a free lead program and I paid dearly for it. I tried to avoid investing in courses. I tried to avoid investing in like the more expensive CRMs and things of that nature. And I paid dearly for it. And the more that I invested in my business and the sooner that I got my skills, because it's just skills, the sooner that I got my skills on track and my systems down pat, I was able to build a very lucrative, profitable business But you know what they say, it takes money to make money, and scared money don't make money. So if you're looking at
Yeah,
this,
bro,
and you're
we
like,
we just dropped 68K on a mastermind to level up our business. Like,
yeah. So if you're thinking like, oh man, I need to get, $1 leads and just, blah, 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 like you get what you pay for, and ultimately make sure that you're just learning from someone with experience, whether it's us or somebody else in the industry. Just please, this is like the number one thing. So I think that wraps us up here today. Is there anything that you want to add to this, Tim, before we check out of here?
no. And I think for anyone that's, curious about what it looks like to work with us, I'm going to drop a link down below where you guys can basically learn more about what we do. I mean, essentially, if you guys are looking to generate your own leads, we set up everything for you, run all of it, so that you can focus solely on the sales and just, level up your skills as an agent and get to that 6-figure mark. So we handle all the marketing, all of the, CRM stuff. It's already set up for you. So I'm going to drop a link if you guys want to learn more about that. It is dropped down below in the comments. So I think that's going to wrap us up. We'll see you guys next week, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this training. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.